right. Began with his 1-13 first season, and then the Super Bowls. Everybody thought he'd lost his team, or a lot did, after the 2 disastrous opening weeks this year. And the Steelers looked terrific last week. Here's a long kickoff by Anderson, and Mel Gray, a sprinter, will not bring it out. And so the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and Rodney Peete, making his first regular season start in the NFL, number 9 from Southern California, the runner-up in last year's Heisman voting, started quarterback. There's his offensive line. This team moves the ball. Brown's a huge offensive tackle. 3 rookies in the starting offense. Peete and Sanders in the backfield. One of the wide receivers. They start 4 wide receivers. Jason Phillips, also a rookie. Lions don't have a tight end on the team. The silver stretch run and shoot offense deploys 4 wide receivers. 2 way out, 2 as slot backs. 1 running back, and that's Barry Sanders. Steelers open with 5 men up front. Rodney Peete looking to throw on first down, and here comes the Steeler rush as he dumps it off to Barry Sanders. And he's taken down by Williams, the nose tackle for the Steelers, getting across nicely. Gerald Williams comes in and makes the play. The Steeler defense was tremendous against the Vikings, holding Minnesota to a total of 250 yards. 5 sacks of Viking quarterbacks. Gerald Williams, a rookie, had 2 sacks last week against the Vikings. In the nickel defense, you see the new people that come in. Delton Hall, Larry Griffin, and pass rusher Aaron Jones will be in for the Steelers. Pittsburgh really, I don't think, is quite certain about what defense they're going to stay with most of the time. They want to see what Sanders does against their base defense.
Well, you notice they still have their linebackers in, even with this run and shoot offense, which you would think would be a disadvantage. But I think it's because of Barry Sanders that they want to keep those linebackers in there as much as possible.
Peete was high with his attempted throw to 87. Walter Stanley, a former Green Bay Packer. So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 8. The Lions opened the season losing a tight game by a field goal to the Phoenix Cardinals. They led the Giants at the half in the second week and were beaten 24-14. Then last weekend they came a cropper on defense, giving up big plays to the Chicago Bears. The Bears had 5 plays of 40 yards or more. Game was tight until late in the 3rd quarter. Then the Bears blew it open, 147-27. Rodney Peete on 3rd down and 8 stands in. They give him some time. A throw and a drop at the 31-yard line. The connection looked like it might be good as he was trying to get it on the flank to Jason Phillips coming out of the backfield. Defending on the play was Gerald Williams coming out.
These are the plays that have to be successful plays if this run and shoot offense is to go. You got to try to keep your team on the field. And here you see Rodney Peete putting this ball right in the hands of Jason Phillips. It's a 1st down. If he catches it, he drops the ball. And the thing that they don't want to do, they got to take the offense off the field. You got to keep these plays to keep that offense on the field.
The offense is off now, and Jim Arnold is on to punt for Detroit. He's a good one, can hit it long range. And the return man, one of the best for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is Lewis Lips. High spiral, drilled way downfield. Lips goes back, takes it at his 27. Blockers are there, and Lewis Lips is then swept under at the 35-yard line. Good special teams play by the Lions. Coming down to make the hit was Tony Page, number 49. That was a 52-yard punt, a 9-yard return. Now the offensive line for the Steelers, some changes. Terry Long is back at right guard. Craig Wolfley at left guard. Backfield, Brister had his best game as a pro last week against the Vikings. Warren Williams starting at runner. And he comes out with the extra wide receivers. Rod Carter, who leads with 11 receptions, comes in. Extra wide receiver Derek Hill will also come in. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh from the Steelers, 36-yard line. Merrill High, look at those Lions hit. Wayne Fonts, their coach, says he wants to restore the roar here in Detroit. And Merrill Hodge, who had a good game against the Vikings, gets struck hard in a 1st down carry, no gain. Eric Williams, the left end, and Kevin Brooks, the right end. They've not gotten a pass rush in their front group. Have only 1 sack to the Lions in 3 games. Spellman's one of their top tacklers from Ohio State. When he comes out, you'll see these people come in the nickel defense. Another big strike as the Steelers go to the run, and Warren Williams is stuck almost as quickly as the handoff was made to him as Kevin Brooks made the play for Detroit. Lions look very aggressive early in match.
Well, a lot of times when you criticize your defense, because defense is a very emotional game, you just got to get fired up to play. There you see Warren Williams, number 97. Nobody blocks him. The play's going to the other side. He comes in on that pursuit and makes the play. What they want to try to do is move around Michael Kofor a lot rather than line him up in one spot and hope that he can put some pressure on the quarterback.
Kofor's their best pass rusher, had 12 sacks last year and started in the Pro Bowl, but he's been blocked so far this year. Steelers on 3rd and 13 from the shotgun. Brister gets time, takes a look, swings it out to Merrill Hodge, and the Lions have him hemmed in. Good defense by Detroit. The deep coverage was good. There was nobody to go to there. And Merrill Hodge, taking the swing passes, knocked down well short of a first down. So the Steelers will punt.
Here you see Bubby Brister now having a lot of time to throw the ball. This puts a cornerback in a tough spot, but they're doing an excellent job because everybody is covered except he's got to throw this little swing pass. And you see Jerry Holmes, who was taken advantage of last week, coming up making that tackle.
Harry Newsome in to punt. He has the best net average in the American Conference, 37.5. The hit is made downfield. Mel Gray standing back at his 10-yard line, and here comes very fast Mel Gray. Good play by the Steeler coverage. Coming down very fast to make the first hit was Dermontti Dawson, the center. So Detroit gets the ball for a second time when we come back on this 4th Sunday of play, as the Detroit Lions with rookie Rodney Peete at quarterback are set for their second possession. Peete played extremely well in the preseason, was a 6th-round draft choice from Southern California. That was a surprise. A lot of people thought he'd go in the 1st or 2nd round. Some cited arm strength, others his lack of height, but right away he won the starting job. Nobody can discount ability, which he has in abundance. Looked like the Steelers might have left early. Tim Johnson, as Rodney Peete is running for his life. Keith Willis in pursuit. Nice block on Willis. Peete throws the other way. He's got a man, and it's tipped away by Thomas Everett. Jason Phillips, the intended receiver. There's also a marker down at the 49-yard line in the Steelers secondary. No completion amount, but that was exciting.
Rodney Peete came into this game with a bad knee, has to wear a knee brace, and it looks like it's not affected his mobility because he ran around. You like a quarterback like that in an offense like this because it gives the receivers a longer chance to get open. He will make something happen. As he scrambled, he still was looking way downfield.
Well, they got the original call. That was Tim Johnson jumping offside, the right end for the Steelers. How weak was that throw by Peete, though? He let that go about 65 yards.
Number 35, that's a 1st down. Defense offside. They decline that.
I had a chance to talk to Rodney Peete, and he says, yeah, I got to wear this brace, and it might take away a little bit of my mobility. And when you watch him run here, you imagine what he would do without that knee brace on. He said he doesn't feel like a rookie. He's not in awe of the National Football League. And when he came here, it wasn't that he was a rookie quarterback. He said, I came here to start and play.
But the penalty that prevails is a 25-yard pass interference called against the Steelers. So it's 1st down for Detroit at the 49-yard line of the Lions. Peete throwing on the run and shoot again, gets it out. Darnell Lake came up, made the hit. Richard Johnson was the receiver.
You get a chance here to see Rodney Peete just sort of roll out and fire the ball over there to Richard Johnson. Anything, they don't care about getting 5 yards with a running play. If they can get it with a passing play, they'll take that too. They just want to make the defense play defense, not aggressively.
The catch by Johnson, good for just 3 yards on 2nd and 7. Peete throws again, and a drop ball. Rodney Peete right on the numbers. This looks like an offensive matter Rodney Peete is really going to like as the time goes on.
He said he really enjoys it. It's not like it's sometimes it looks like it's a street ball, but it's not. He said everybody has a route that they're supposed to run. He has to read it. The receivers have to read it.
Third down, and 7 now comes up for Detroit from the 48-yard line of the Steelers. Throw and a catch. pitch. Is it good? It is down to the 33-yard line. Now the other official rules no good. Robert Clark went up and came down with the ball, but did not have both feet in. Delton Hall was defending. Probably what Clark is complaining about him out is that he was pushed out of bounds.
And he may be right on this. Here you see Rodney Peete firing that ball out. That's a pretty long throw. He comes down, 1 foot down, the other foot's down. That was a catch. That was a catch in my book. And you see him catch it. His right foot's down, his left foot drags. I don't know if you can get any clearer than that.
Well, I think the officials think it might be that way also because they have a timeout for replay review as Rodney Peete comes to the sideline. Then Dreith is the referee on the field.
I think Rodney better just stay warm because I got a feeling they're going to turn this one around. There you see the catch, right foot down. Watch the left foot drag. It's got the right foot down already. There's the left foot dragging.
Robert Clark, a second-year player, came to Detroit as a Plan B free agent from New Orleans.
Perrin at a yard now for the Browns at their own 29-yard line. Manoah in the eye in front of Keith Jones. 9-man defensive front, and Kosar looking to throw. He'll run for the first down. He's got it to the 34-yard line. Brought down by the nose tackle, Greg Cragen. Let's look at some of the other scores in the early games in this week number 4 of the NFL season. Cincinnati and Kansas City, Miami and Houston not on the board yet, but New Orleans with a touchdown and a 4-point lead already over Washington.
14-yard gain if it goes.
And Minnesota. Browns have it now, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Metcalf back in there. Split behind Kosar with Tim Manoah.
Well, Robert Clark was right. He goes back out with the offense. And it's 1st and
these are only 5-yard or 6-yard runs. But the Cleveland Browns so far this year, they have not been able to run the ball going against one of the best running defenses.
About that one.
Now, he's been around a while. 21 years. His counterpart, Wayne Fonts, is in his first full season as a head coach.
But he's got a lot of experience around him, though, doesn't he, Don?
Yeah, his assistant coaches have almost 100 years of NFL experience. So.
If they can get into that 100 years into this guy's head, this guy's going to be real dangerous.
Peete is very, very poised athlete. He doesn't get rattled, never did as a collegian, didn't in the preseason under the big rush.
He said he's been in so many.
Here are the scores.
Well, there they are. There they come.
All right, that big one in Cleveland, no score. Cleveland's lost 10 in a row to the Broncos. And New Orleans out over Washington 7-3, no score earlier.
So the spot is made just inside the 35-yard line at the 34. And here's a reverse, running hard. Richard Johnson, and he turns it inside to the 25-yard line. So the Lions, deep in their bag of tricks, going to everything they've got early in this game, trying to get a score up on the Steelers. That was good for a 7-yard gain on 1st down. Richard Johnson's only 5'6".
The thing that this run and shoot offense does is you don't know where they're going to come at you. They got everybody all spread out, and here you see Richard Johnson, who takes this reverse around for a 7-yard gain. A defense cannot set and expect one certain play when you're defensing against the run and shoot.
That's a 1st down.
And Pittsburgh being a little bit aggressive. Delton Hall makes a tackle way out of bounds. They get a penalty and keep advancing the ball. Wayne Fonts telling Richard Johnson to protect yourself at all times. Those white lines don't necessarily make people stop.
Steelers with a couple of big penalties here, Ahmad. That 25-yard interference call got the ball out to the 49. Now this adds on more yardage, and the Lions are in scoring position. 1st down and 10 at the 13-yard line of the Steelers. Barry Sanders gets his first call, and Tim Johnson, a rising star at defensive end for Pittsburgh, is waiting for him. He's really coming on. Chuck Noll said, we've got young players who are getting better fast. And that's what it takes to turn it around.
Here's just a little handoff to Barry Sanders. Man, that play was defense perfectly. One of the problems you have at this run and shoot, the closer you get down to the goal line, you don't have a tight end. You don't have any big people on the outside flanks, so it's very hard to punch it in. You almost got to pass all the way into the end zone.
Let's see what they go to now. That was the first run of the day for Barry Sanders. Here's the second. As he weaves his way into the secondary and is knocked down at about the 13-yard line.
Don, I have never seen a rookie player come into this league and have as much respect given to him by the other players in the league as Barry Sanders. I talked to these guys on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's all they talked about is Barry Sanders is sure enough for real.
That everybody in the league, from Mike Ditka to everybody that's played against him, they rave about him. Well, he leads the league in per carry average, 6.5. Had over 350 yards total offense in the first 3 games. Here's Rodney Peete running out of time, but buying some more with the scramble, and Rodney Peete is finally swept under by Keith Willis back at the 23-yard line. We got some guys playing hard on both sides of the ball defensively today.
They're starting to even it off. But the thing I like about Rodney Peete that Joe Green probably doesn't, we see Joe Green looking at that he doesn't like about Rodney Peete, is as he scrambles, he continues to look for an open receiver. He gets by this one defender, he still gets by, he's still looking downfield, trying to find somebody to throw the ball to. That's what makes a dangerous quarterback.
Lions, that's the 17th time a Lion quarterback has been sacked this season. Murray, one of the best, drills a field goal to complete the scoring drive. However, we've got 2 of the best kickers in football ever in Anderson and Murray puts up a 37-yarder. Lions lead it 3-0.
$1,500 cash bonus on Thunderbird. Combine the cash bonus with
There's the defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips, in his first year with the Denver Broncos. 2nd and 10 now. Kosar and the Browns at the Denver 40. They double up on the short side of the field with Langhorne and Slaughter.